Hello guys, I'm Young. I hope today you guys like my setting here. And I'm actually filming right now with Sony A6400. I've been using it for about 3 months now, and I feel like 3 months is sort of like an early stage milestone in any relationship, don't you think? So if you're thinking about getting mid-price range mirrorless camera with crop sensor, then I hope this video will be helpful to you guys. So I'll be talking about 6 points that I really love, 5 points that I really hate, and some other good points, but something that I don't necessarily use, but I want to share with you everything that I feel about this camera. So let's get started. So the first point is that it films beautiful, very high quality 4K. That's actually the main reason why I ended up upgrading from Canon M50 to this Sony A6400. So that really helps me to zoom in and out if you want. That might be a little too much, but you can crop it and it still retains that information, especially when you guys do have a lot of 4K monitors, TVs, then I think 4K is definitely the way to go. And the second thing I like about is the color science. Right now my skin looks just like its normal color. And of course, there's no recording limit on this camera, which differs from other Sony Alpha 6000 blah 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 series. Okay, I don't really like taking such long clip because it's such a pain in the to edit. But sometimes you've got to just take a long shot because you don't really know what kind of thing you're gonna say. So I think no recording limit for YouTubers are perfect. Flip screen, but I wouldn't say it's a pro. It's only a pro against like Alpha 6300 or Alpha 6500, but not really against other brands. And because Sony mirrorless camera is so popular amongst general public, I think the lens variety is definitely there, whether it's new or secondhand. Right now I'm using Sigma 16mm, and I really feel like Sony Emount lens, I think the variety is there. There are some respectable makers such as Sigma or Samyang. For less pricey alternative, it's definitely there for the E-mount. Because many of the Sony's full-frame mirrorless cameras are E-mount, once you buy some expensive lens for these E-mounts, you can actually use it when you later decide to upgrade to full-frame. I think I might do that after a couple more years, and especially when the full-frame camera will get smaller. And what I really like about this camera is how fast focusing this camera is. But I can't really say much because I haven't compared with other cameras. But the result is satisfactory. So what are the 5 points that I really don't like about this camera? Well, back to the lens. The lens that I need to find for this camera is actually pretty expensive, especially when you're looking to buy Sony lens. You don't necessarily have to do that, but there are some lenses you want to get the Sony lens. For example, Sony 10 to 80mm, I want to get it, but its expensive price tag shun me against purchasing it as of now. Maybe it's because I come from Canon M50, but I do find the lens for the Sony Alpha 6400, especially the ones that I want to get, rather big. I get it, it's for the technology, but when the lens is big, it gets heavier. It gets less appealing to carry around when you're traveling. And with Sony Alpha 6400, I don't really know whether this IBIS will really help if it had it, but it doesn't. So if you want to take any sort of decent video footage, then you will definitely need a gimbal. But gimbal is not something that I'm going to carry when I travel around. Absolutely no, it's just too heavy. And the flip screen. Okay, so this is the flip screen that I'm using right now. You can see, and I'm actually using a mic, Rode mic. It's covered by my hair. It actually covers up quite a significant amount of the screen, and if you guys do have a shotgun mic, then it will pretty much cover 90% of your screen. Then it's a bit hard for you to frame, Even with my little Rode Wireless Go receiver, it does entirely cover the volume level. So actually I can't really see whether it's recording sound or not. The flip screen is definitely something Sony needs to. Come on, just put it on the side or something. It's so much better. Now we naturally move on to the fifth and the last point that I really don't like about this camera. It is to do with mic, the sound. Right now you're hearing me from the direct mic of Sony A6400. It's not that great, and it only gets worse when you're actually outdoor. You have a bad mic, you get a good external mic, and that actually blocks off the screen. So those are the points that I didn't like about. So now let's quickly go through some of the points that I think are quite important. So first, Sony does have all these picture profiles where you can have like a little bit of amendments in your color scheme. I haven't really explored it, but that's something that I look forward to in the future. And of course, Sony does have internal time-lapse function, which I actually haven't really used after testing it out for my YouTube video. So right now the face priority is set. And see? See, you will never get rid of the priority on your face. Actually, right at the beginning when I was using this camera, I made that mistake of setting the priority on my face. So don't do that unless you guys want the camera to follow your face only. Okay, so would I be recommending this Sony A6400? Yes, I think I would. In terms of like Sony Alpha 6 something hundred series, it's definitely, I think, superior. So if you're not yet looking to get the full frame, a bit like me, I'm not yet willing to spend that much money, I think Sony Alpha 6400 is definitely a good choice. And one thing I notice about Sony cameras, because it's actually rather popular with the general public, I find that actually the price, the second-hand market price, holds a little bit better than other cameras. So if you are interested in seeing more 6400 footage, don't forget to subscribe. See you!